What's happening, Sienna homeowners? We're here for another real estate market update, and some particular item has gone up 91% in our data. I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to also share with you the 3 reasons buyers are not buying in this real estate market on this market update here in the great community of Sienna, Texas. As always, thanks for following us. If you have not done so, take a minute, subscribe to our channel. My goal is to provide as much value as I can, give you the numbers, let you decide what that means for you and your home, whether you're just trying to figure out what your home is worth or you're thinking about potentially making a transition. That's what we're doing with this market update. We do it each and every month. And basically what we're doing is comparing the numbers from the previous year to this year, month by month. So we're looking at October 2023 numbers to where they're at today in 2024. All right, so what we're gonna do first, I'll always have some good news and some not good news, but the biggest thing, I've got 2 really key points of this market update is 1, some data item, I'm gonna share that with you, is gone up 91% since last year. And it is having a dramatic effect on the market here in Sienna. The second thing is that we really haven't had a lot of buyers in the market comparatively year to year. Why is that? I'm gonna show you what those 3 things are that are affecting the buyers in this market. Okay, before we get into that, let me first give you the numbers of where we're at year to year. Currently, we have 333 listings on the market. That's up 38%. Basically, every month so far this year, we have been up in the amount of inventory that's on the market. Good thing for that is it's giving a lot of buyers who want to get in this market options to choose from. Of that 333, 150 are new construction. So half that, you've got about a little more of the resale side, but that's where it's at. It's the most listings that have been on the market since 2018. So we're now 6 years, we've had the highest amount of inventories in 6 years. What's the average sales price? That, great news, is continuing. Now we're looking month over month, but it's at $576,000 and we're up 17.3% in the sales price. Now, I don't think that's number's gonna land for if we look year to year, but for just what sold in October and what sold in October this year, it's up 17.3%. Average days to sell, here is the data. It is up 91.5%. In all of Sienna currently, October closed out with the current listings that are on the market have an average days on market of 107 days, meaning it's taking almost 6 months for that inventory to sell. Huge thing, and that's gonna probably have an effect on prices, but we will have to wait into the future to see what that does once those homes actually close out. We can see what happens. Currently in Sienna, in October, we had 59 homes that sold for October, which was down 14.5%. So you have listings, a lot more listings on the market, but the sales are down, which that, of course, you can see how that would correlate to 107 days on the market, creating a 91% increase in that. This is down, so the amount of sales we've had are down 25% since the beginning of 2023. So we'll see how that plays itself out. Okay, let me give you a couple of other interesting statistics just for Sienna. In the last 90 days, there were only 14 homes that sold in under 21 days. And by the way, let's rewind back. 2021, 2020, average days on market for most homes was like a week. And there were only 14 homes in the last 3 months that actually sold under 21 days, 3 weeks. And of those 14 homes that sold, 12 of them were below 550K. After looking at the data and kind of realizing what's causing all this, which are the ones that are doing well, those 14 homes in the last that sold in 90 days, is number 1, they were turnkey. Talking about the upgrades, the painting, the landscape, kitchen, everything was either updated or it was a pricing situation where it was under 550K. So that's a good statistic just for you to know if you're thinking about selling, that's what's actually moved. You probably want to maybe look at getting those updates in. If you're under that 550 price point, maybe you get a little bit of grace in that, if that makes sense. All right, I talked about it. What are the 3 reasons that buyers are not buying? And I had mentioned this in another video, and really it comes down to uncertainty. Whenever there's uncertainty in the market, buyers don't want to move. They don't want to make a transaction, and we've totally been seeing that. What are the biggest reasons that are causing uncertainty right now? It's really three things. One, it's been the election. Two, it's been interest rates. And number three is affordability. Let's take each one and see kind of what progress we've made, and at least that'll let you know where buyers are potentially thinking of it. Are we going to see more buyers enter the market, which should overall help affect especially home sales. Number one, the election. It is over. Thank goodness. Ended last week, and we have our soon-to-be president. Hopefully that is going to bring some kind of certainty, whether you like him or you don't like him. At least you know what's going to happen over the next 4 years, and that's what buyers want to know, to be able to put their best foot forward to make a decision, especially buying a home. Number two is interest rates. At the beginning of September, actually dropped the lowest they had been in over a year and a half, which was right at 6%. They've actually risen up since that. Mainly that was the jobs report that came out. The feds have lowered that rate, but that's not the mortgage rates, and that does not have a direct effect to mortgage rates. The biggest direction of where mortgage rates are typically is inflation. And if you looked at 2 years ago, the inflation percentage was 5.3%. You see this chart, and it's gotten all the way down to 2.7%. You can see we had a little uptick in September. The goal for the feds is to get that at 2%. And I think when we get to the closer, as we follow that, you should see mortgage rates start to follow that as well. When mortgage rates drop, and I think, and there's proven data that once we get below 6%, you should see a big pool of buyers coming into the market. We've already seen just a little bit of that sign after the election was over. And the third thing is home affordability. What affects home affordability? Really two things. That's wages and home prices. Wages, that's to be determined. We will see what happens. Maybe as inflation comes down and the cost of goods and all those things come down, maybe wages can rise. Traditionally, they have not risen to the same level of where home prices are, but hopefully there will be an increase in wages. As far as home prices are concerned, all the experts are still predicting, and this is good news for you if you're a seller, harder news for you for buyer, also why you may want to consider buying now rather than waiting, is that home prices are predicted to continue to rise. In fact, we just saw the numbers this month. They went up 17%. We'll see how it ends out for the year. But that's what makes up home affordability. All the experts are continue predicting, as you can see here, that home prices are going to continue to rise 3 to 4% for next year, and they're still predicting about that same amount for the next 5 years for each year. So there you have it. Hopefully this is helpful for you. If you have any questions and you're like, I have no idea what I should be doing, but here's what I want to do, feel free to reach out. Drop us a comment. As always, we're here to be a resource for you in any way we can. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a great month of November. Happy Thanksgiving.